Let me start with something that may shock you. You could be measuring your blood pressure every single day and still be getting the wrong answer. Not slightly wrong, dangerously misleading. And that means you might believe your heart is healthy, when in reality, silent damage is happening inside your body right now. As a senior doctor, I've seen patients walk into my clinic with perfectly normal readings at home, only to discover severe hypertension that had been quietly damaging their heart, brain, and kidneys for years. The problem wasn't that they didn't care. The problem was simple. They were making small, common mistakes. Today, I'm going to walk you through the most dangerous mistakes people make when measuring blood pressure and how these errors can completely distort your results. Because once you understand this, you'll never measure your blood pressure the same way again. Let's begin with one of the most common and overlooked mistakes. Many people measure their blood pressure immediately after walking, climbing stairs, or even rushing to sit down. Your heart is still pumping faster, your blood vessels are still adjusting, and your reading becomes artificially high. Imagine judging your calm, resting state while your body is still in motion. It simply doesn't reflect your true health. Then there's another mistake I see almost daily, measuring while feeling anxious, stressed, or emotionally upset. This is what we call the white coat effect, but it doesn't just happen in clinics. It happens at home too. When your mind is tense, your body releases stress hormones, your heart rate increases, and your blood pressure rises. That reading may not reflect your normal condition. It reflects your emotional state at that moment. Now let me tell you something even more subtle, something most people never realize. Your posture. Yes, the way you sit can completely change your blood pressure reading. If your back isn't supported, if your feet are dangling, or if your legs are crossed, you are unknowingly increasing pressure in your arteries. I've had patients whose readings dropped by 10 to 15 points simply by correcting how they sat. And then comes a mistake that seems harmless, but is incredibly misleading. Talking. People often measure their blood pressure while chatting with family members, answering a phone call, or even watching television and reacting to it. But when you speak, your blood pressure naturally rises. Your body becomes active, your breathing changes, and the numbers you see are no longer accurate. Let me give you a real-life example. A middle-aged man once came to me worried that his blood pressure was always high at home. When I asked him to demonstrate how he measured it, he casually started talking to his wife during the process. That single habit was raising his readings enough to make him believe he had uncontrolled hypertension. Now, let's talk about something extremely important. The cuff itself. Using the wrong cuff size is one of the biggest technical mistakes. If the cuff is too small, it squeezes your arm too tightly and gives a falsely high reading. If it's too large, it may underestimate your pressure. This is especially common in people with larger or thinner arms, and yet very few people ever check if their device is the right fit. And then there's timing. Many people measure their blood pressure at random times. Sometimes in the morning, sometimes at night, sometimes after meals, sometimes before. But your blood pressure naturally fluctuates throughout the day. Without consistency, your readings become confusing and unreliable. It's like trying to understand a story by reading random pages from a book. You miss the full picture. Another hidden mistake, measuring right after drinking tea, coffee, or smoking. Caffeine and nicotine temporarily raise your blood pressure. So if you take a reading soon after consuming them, you're not measuring your baseline, you're measuring a stimulated state. And over time, this can create unnecessary fear, or even lead to incorrect treatment. Now here's a mistake that concerns me deeply as a doctor. Relying on a single reading. Blood pressure is not a fixed number. It changes minute to minute. Yet many people take one reading, see a high number, and panic. Or see a normal number and feel falsely reassured. This is not how we diagnose or monitor hypertension. We look at patterns, averages, and consistency over time. And finally, in this first part, one of the most dangerous assumptions of all, believing your device is always accurate. Home monitors can lose calibration over time. Batteries weaken. Sensors drift. And yet people trust every number they see without ever verifying it. This can lead to months, or even years, of incorrect readings guiding your health decisions. Now, you might be thinking, I've been doing some of these things, and that's exactly why this conversation matters. because what I'm about to share next could change how you monitor your health forever. In part 2, I will show you the correct, doctor-approved way to measure your blood pressure at home. Simple adjustments that can instantly make your readings more accurate, and the small daily habits that can actually help bring your blood pressure under control naturally. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Now let's continue, because this is where everything changes. You've just learned how easy it is to get the wrong blood pressure reading, but now I'm going to show you how to do it the right way. The way we teach patients in clinical practice to get accurate, reliable numbers that truly reflect their heart health. First, before you even touch the machine, you must prepare your body. Sit quietly for at least 5 minutes. Not scrolling your phone, not talking, not thinking about stressful things, just sitting calmly. This allows your heart rate to settle and your blood vessels to return to their natural state. Without this step, everything that follows becomes less reliable. Now, position your body correctly. Sit in a chair with your back fully supported. Place both feet flat on the ground. Do not cross your legs. Your arms should rest comfortably on a table at the level of your heart. This is very important. If your arm is too low, your reading will be higher. If it's too high, your reading may appear lower than it really is. Think of your heart as the reference point. Everything must align with it. Next, place the cuff properly. Wrap it around your upper arm, not over clothing. The cuff should be snug but not painfully tight. Many people make the mistake of placing it too loosely or over a sleeve, which interferes with the pressure reading. Always place it directly on the skin for accuracy. Now comes a step that most people skip, but doctors never do. Take at least 2 readings, wait 1 minute between them, then average the results. If there's a big difference, take a 3rd reading. This simple habit gives you a much clearer picture of your true blood pressure instead of relying on a single, possibly misleading number. And here's something very powerful. Measure your blood pressure at the same times every day. Ideally, once in the morning before eating or taking medications, and once in the evening. Consistency creates a pattern, and patterns are what help us understand whether you truly have hypertension or not. Now let me share something that can protect you from unnecessary worry. Do not panic over one high reading. Your blood pressure can rise temporarily due to stress, poor sleep, dehydration, or even a bad day. What matters is the trend over days and weeks, not one isolated number. As a doctor, I always look at the bigger picture, and you should too. But accuracy is only half the story. The real goal is not just to measure blood pressure, it's to improve it. So let's talk about what you can start doing today to support your heart and keep your blood pressure in a healthy range. One of the most effective steps is reducing salt intake. Excess salt causes your body to retain water, increasing pressure inside your blood vessels. This is especially important in populations where salty and processed foods are common. Even small reductions in daily salt can make a noticeable difference. Then comes movement. Your heart is a muscle, and like any muscle, it becomes stronger with regular activity. A simple 30-minute walk most days of the week can lower blood pressure naturally. You don't need extreme exercise. Consistency matters more than intensity. Now let's talk about something often ignored: sleep. Poor sleep silently raises blood pressure. If you are sleeping less than 6 hours regularly, your body remains in a stressed state. Hormones stay elevated, your heart works harder, and your readings begin to climb. Improving sleep is not a luxury, it is a medical necessity. And then, stress. Chronic stress is like a slow poison for your cardiovascular system. Your body is constantly in fight or flight mode, tightening blood vessels and increasing pressure. Learning to pause, breathe deeply, and create moments of calm throughout your day can have a measurable impact on your readings. Finally, know when to seek help. If your readings are consistently high, do not ignore them. Early management of hypertension can prevent serious complications like heart attacks, strokes, and kidney damage. Treatment is not a failure, it is protection. Let me leave you with something I tell all my patients. Your blood pressure is not just a number on a screen. It is a message from your body. A message about how you live, how you eat, how you sleep, and how you handle stress. When you measure it correctly, you are not just checking a number, you are listening to your heart, literally. So take a moment, slow down, measure it the right way, and more importantly, respect what it tells you, because the small steps you take today can protect your life tomorrow. Stay aware, stay consistent, and take care of your heart because it has been taking care of you every second of your life.